Hi everyone, it's Christy from Belly Sprout, and I wanted to share with you my 5 tips for more energy. I noticed throughout the years over at Belly Sprout seeing a lot of very fatigued women, moms. It's a tough job, especially if you're breastfeeding all night and barely getting meals in or naps during the day, and it takes a lot out of us to give birth and then to breastfeed for extended periods of time. And I personally witnessed my body crashing a few years ago, adrenal fatigue and hormonal disruption, just a whole bunch of different things that were going batty. And I was so exhausted that I needed to stay with my parents for quite a while so that they could watch the kids because I could barely keep my eyes open and had hardly any energy to run after 2 young boys. So I've gone through this whole healing process. I'm still working on a few different things to get my body balanced, but I'm in a much, much better place than I was 2.5 years ago. So my 5 tips for you are, first of all, before we even get on the 5 tips, make sure that you're eating whole, fresh, and organic. Avoid complex carbohydrates as much as possible. Ditch all the whites, the white sugar, white flour, white pasta, white bread. Get rid of it and replace it with whole grains, but really start to think of food combination as protein and vegetables and starches, but not protein with starches. So the sandwich, not such a great idea. Obviously, I want you to be able to eat something so that you're not just grabbing for the goldfish crackers or the leftover crumbs of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich at 4 o'clock. So you need to replenish everything that you've lost in this process of mothering. And the coffee, the cookies, the crackers, the drive-through is not going to cut it. And eventually your body will crash. And since we're all created so differently, we just don't know to the degree of which you'll crash. So go for whole, fresh, and organic. Start to get those big leafy greens, lots and lots of big leafy greens. And I'm going to start with the first tip, which is your breakfast. Before you even eat anything, take a whole lemon, squeeze it in warm water, not hot water, and drink that as soon as you wake up. It detoxes the system, flushes you out, and gets you ready for the day. It's a wonderful boost for your whole immune system, your adrenals, everything. Step 2 is rethink your breakfast. The American breakfast is just a catastrophe. Pancakes and eggs and bacon and toast and bagels and muffins and coffee and sugar and sugar and sugar and sugar. So instead of grabbing that muffin, instead of grabbing that coffee or the bagel, start to think of your dinner for breakfast or your lunch for breakfast. In Vietnam, they eat that whole big bowl of pho with it's like that oxtail broth soup with veggies in it and some meat. I mean, I love it when I have it for breakfast, but it's just retraining your thought on what you should be eating for breakfast. I will have eggs with asparagus or eggs with broccoli. I'll do an organic sausage with some type of sauteed chard. So, and it satisfies me so I don't crash before lunch. So do that for breakfast. Make sure that you're eating your largest meal before 1. And this can be a big bowl of steamed rice with some veggies or a salad with salmon on top. Protein, vegetables, starches, and protein. And always consume your fruits an hour before any of your meals or 2 hours after. Otherwise, they don't digest. They'll sit right on top of anything that you're eating. So you want to just have that flow. You want to be able to be pooping every single day, not once a day like what I'm hearing from some of the moms. Reduce all of your complex carbs. Start to look at what you're putting in your mouth. If you're grabbing for the cookies and the muffins and the breads in the afternoon because your energy is dropping, well, that's just going to make it drop even more. And then the moms are grabbing some type of like caffeinated beverage. So start to really, really cut out those complex carbs. You don't want to starve yourself and you don't want to deprive yourself so that you don't stick to this, because this is a lifestyle. This is the way you'll eat for life. And then dinner by 6. So for your dinner, I love to do soups, something really warm and nurturing. And protein also lasts longer than having like a piece of pizza, which is just going to convert to sugar and keep you up at night. So try and rethink how you're doing your meals every day. Put as much thought process into what you're cooking and preparing for yourself as you do for your children. It gets easier when your children are older. I always pack my lunch to go to work. I bring my food with me everywhere. If I have to, I'll do it the day before. But get a lot of kales and spinach and chard, asparagus and broccoli and green beans, and try and put that in your body in some other ways. So I'll be sharing more with you. We've got some cooking classes coming up in July and August so that I can share all of this whole, fresh, and organic, and you're good. Okay? Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.